kind of sped on in time a little bit. The whole portrait just made out of text, so you've got words like global, friendship, team, collaboration, culture, share, combine, memory, processes, all the words that we think of connected to the word connections. So that's your task. Create a face out of text using words connected to connections. Have fun. Okay, Year 9, you've spent a lot of lessons looking at the proportion of the face, and I should say you're confident in that. You've all done really well so far. So this lesson, we're not just going to look at the proportion of the face, we're going to now start drawing in a technique called text image. So we're going to fill the image just actually made out of typography, forming the features of the face. So first of all, just very light, I'm doing a bit darker so you can see it in the camera, but just sketch out a face. You might use one from your sketchbook you've done from a previous lesson and just draw the basics out. So remembering, if you've got a little bit forgetful over the holiday, remembering that the eyes tend to be about halfway down the face, that they tend to be about an eye width apart. So imagine an eye in the middle of the forehead, and that's the space you leave. That the eyes do not want to look like fried eggs. You see half of it usually underneath the top eyelid there. You don't have white going all the way around it. They're partially hidden like that. Okay, so just very quickly sketching out the basic proportion. Halfway between the eyes and the chin. We know that's roughly where the nose would be. I'm deciding to do mine slightly in profile, so she's looking off to the side. And then halfway between the nose and the chin is roughly where the lips would be. And in fact, where the lips finish is kind of roughly in line with where the pupils, if you did a line coming down, that's the edge of the mouth look, and a line going down there, that's the edge of the mouth. So you can make a realistic looking face, even if you weren't drawing somebody in front of you. You're drawing somebody that you've made up once you understand the proportion. So we've got that 5-minute job, you're confident with that, you've done a lot of it, okay? But what we're going to do, get a range of colours if you like, or do it black and white, I don't mind. But we're going to fill this space with words. And it'll be words connected to one word in particular, connection. So what I've done on a piece of paper here is I've just quickly thought of lots of ideas like family tree, linked, cultures, friends, relatives, unity, together, partner, global even. You might come up with all sorts of other ones of your own. Don't have to use them all, but aim for about 10, so you've got a variety. And we're not just going to write them like you're writing for an English essay, we're going to draw them in interesting styles of writing. Because depending on the style, it can give a different mood and feel to it. So I'm going to take the word unity, and I'm going to draw that word coming down. I'm going to do it coming all the way down to actually form the shape of the nose. I'm going straight for pen here, but you might want to sketch it out in case you want to change your mind on where things are going to go. Okay, so that fits in going down there. Now I've drawn the actual face in pencil, haven't I? So I might actually rub off the actual lines of the face all together later, so it just literally becomes text image. Pick another colour, pick another word. By the way, you might want to do a letter grid, so you might want to, for example, friends has 7 letters. So you might want to, first of all, just give yourself the guide for how much space each letter would have. And is it just straight, or maybe it's big, gets smaller and then big again? It doesn't have to be normal. It would be quite artistic and creative. So I'm going to draw friends now coming across here. Changing the style for everyone. There you go. Because I've put the guide in, this word is a bit longer. I've I've given myself just the space I wanted. So it is useful to do a letter grid sometimes as well. The word unity, I've done that one, so let's do the word global. I'm going to take all of this space around here. Remember, you can use the outline space as well. So you can go underneath the letters that you've already got. And you, of course, can go slightly outside those guidelines, because they are just guidelines of the face you've already drawn. At first, when you're doing it, you won't really see the face coming through, but the more you build it up, I'll cut to a finished drawing in a minute when I finish the video, you'll see that the actual face will appear the more detail you put in it. Okay, so a long word here, relatives. I'm going to put that going all the way down the edge of it. So I'm actually drawing into the background space as well as the actual portrait. So we call the background space a negative space. Just means the spaces. By the way, one thing I often do when I'm drawing words is I get so caught up with the artistic side of it. That's when often you'll make a spelling mistake, and that's a horrible feeling when you've drawn it all out and you realise you've missed a letter out because you got caught up with drawing it. So just make sure you maybe have a list by the side of you like I've done. So you've checked it all through first of all to make sure you've got it right. Okay, and you want to just fill the whole page. So even down to the irises of the eye, you can repeat some of the words. I'm going to write a little word unity within the irises of the eye. Okay, I'm going to cut to the end in a minute. I'll leave it there. Okay, at this point you can see I've filled the space with words, so every part of that picture becomes a valid part of the artwork. And now we're starting to work on filling in the background and foreground colours. So within the outlines, you could alternate the colours in different shades, like I have with the green bit for unity there, or you could work dark on light or vibrant against quite a pale colour to give it a bit of contrast. So I'm going to now spend some time just neatly applying the colour